Okay, pussy niggas.
But what I'm saying is that we all have to agree that there's different kinds of music, even in rap music. You know what I mean? You got the Travis Scotts, you got the Drakes, you got the Games, you got the Lil Waynes, you got the down south, you got the East Coast, West Coast. So you know, his job as an entertainer is to perform. That's his job. You know what I mean? His job is to be there at a certain time, and believe it or not, it's a clock on that stage that say we got to be off at a certain time or else. Right now, when it comes to the crowd, what bothers me is everybody's knowing that the crowd themselves have a response. They can't, your person in front of you and behind you on the side of you when you're at these festival style settings, man, you gotta understand you can't be spitting, you can't be pushing, you can't run, you can't do that. It starts, it starts with what happens. So if you got a dude on stage that's there to entertain, he's there to entertain. This is not his first festival. Every festival this man does, this is why he make the money he make. The man make down there $1 million a show because of his fan base. Wherever he goes, this is how his crowd react. I mean, they do mosh pits, they rave, they do all this crazy stuff. This is what they do, right? And in this situation, it got out of control as far as his music being demonic and all this and that. If that's the case, all this shit is demonic. Rappers talking about smoking niggas and joints and kill this nigga, and then we got the rock. They talking about kill the cats and drain the blood. That means all this shit is demonic. And then so you saying it's calling you to do something negative? Nah, this man does his same set. The only change in his set is when he has a new single and he adds it to it. What happened in this situation is the fans, whoever they may be, started to push. The
So
push became a shove. The
Okay,
So what if the
that's
event
just
was
exclusive.
real shit.
intentionally
Wack, you
No,
can't
no,
do
overly
that.
hey,
encouraged?
You
listen.
Let him finish.
I
Go
let him
ahead.
was in
finish
I
now.
was in Glasgow. I was in Glasgow, uh, up in top of UK on a game show. I swear. This man came out. Out there, the soccer teams is like Crip and Blood shit. You ever
Yup,
go on
yup.
soccer team, they kill you, right? So we didn't know that majority of people in there was from the east side. We came out with the west side soccer team. The crowd rushed the stage. These niggas was throwing bottles, all kind of shit at us. The nigga game was smart enough to have the second jersey under the first jersey, took it off, and they relaxed. So are they gonna say, well, shit, game is your no? The crowd responded like that. We didn't want bottles thrown at us and fucking soda cans. So we can't eliminate
Even he
the
did it on purpose.
behavior of these people. You know what I'm saying? Like, not to say all of them, but somebody started to put. We've all been in an event, whether it's in high school or somewhere, where the pushing and shoving started, and it could have got out of hand. I
That's
mean,
not what happened though. It
Okay, that's
wasn't
No,
just
not.
that's not
pushing and
how it
shoving
So
happened.
that got out
the
of
what
hand.
you
venue.
mean?
Hold
It's
on,
the
wait, y'all. Hold on, wait. So, Wack, I played the video from the lawyers and the autopsies that were going on.
uh
And it confirms that some other things were going on. In interviews from people who were at the event, and they were saying that there was no people weren't dying from fighting. They said that people couldn't breathe. It was hot. They said that their friends next to them were fighting. We had a whole bunch of people before I did the first viral room who were in there who were saying that they were trying to get the hell up out of there because they couldn't breathe, not because they're fighting. Like the fighting and all that other stuff is fairly normal to what Travis Scott does. Like I know that's normal for his concerts. What I'm talking about is like the heat that they said was coming from them damn stages, and how like the music was really loud and it was throwing them off, and they were basically people was convulsing. Even they try to say it was drugs when they did the two autopsies for the people who came. They said that they didn't have no drugs in their system, and that there were bodies piling up on top of them, which is something I confirmed in the first room,
mm-hmm.
and that's that.
Rolling Loud got 80,000 people at it. I play it all the time, bro. 80,000 people is at this event, right? Now, they barricade about probably like 30 feet from the stage to where you can't even get that close, right? And then they have this middle divide to where the whole crowd isn't just together. So it's a separation, right? Man, listen, if we took a room and we put 500 of us in a room, right? You goddamn right you ain't gonna be able to breathe after a while if things start happening. You got 50,000 people shoulder to shoulder, butt nuts to butt, and they moving like it's people that was stepped on, that you know what I'm saying, like was trampled on. Like, let's not act like everybody died because they just couldn't breathe no more. It's
Well,
people that hit that ground that was, trampled over and shit like that going on. But once again, right,
Because the
it's
event
not
was oversold.
And that's
it,
because of Travis Scott. He's the reason
Thank
why the
you.
event was
What do you
oversold.
no,
mean?
no,
And
no.
you need to be
What you
more
mean he's the
considerate.
reason
There's
why?
someone
Why
on
are you
this
saying
stage,
that?
Wack.
Why
Nah,
would you
there's someone
say
on
he's
this
the
stage
reason
who
why it was
lost their
oversold?
friend because of what Travis Scott did. He's on the stage right now. He's right next to me, and his friend is dead because of what Travis Scott did, and it was intentional. So you like he
Travis
sat
Scott
there and
did
watched
that?
it.
Wait.
He
Listen,
did do it.
so
I'm
you
saying he
saying
did it.
Yeah,
Travis Scott?
he posted,
Travis Scott did it.
yeah, he
Travis Scott
posted,
sacrificed them damn kids. That's
he
what
Hey,
Travis
post,
Scott
hey,
did.
hey, did
hold
he
on,
tell
wait.
these kids, hey, yo, rape
Yeah,
kid? I seen this happen. I seen him point. I want y'all over here, open up the mosh pit. Let's go. Did he do that?
yeah,
I
yeah,
didn't see
Travis
that.
Scott encouraged
yeah,
them to fucking run up in that shit without even. Okay,
yeah.
you
It's
must have
just
just got
giving
here,
off
sir.
two
Like,
seconds.
you just
let
No,
me
got here.
just
I'm just a
say,
dude. I'm just a manager that tours every year.
hold on, wait. Let
One
me,
That's
microphone
all
at a
I
You
time.
am.
are.
hold
Let
on,
I'm the
Ion talk.
manager that
Ion's talking.
hold
I'm the
on, Wack. Let me
manager that
just,
tours every year
but,
that
Wack,
understands the stand.
I get what
We
you're.
know who
I
you
get.
are.
We're talking about. We're talking about specifically this case. Like me, Nosy, the exoticals, and a few people on this stage. We really dive deep into the things that he prepped before this case. He legitly said he posted things about getting the wild ones in. We saw that on previous concerts. He entices people to be violent. I mean, we saw that video where he was telling his fans to beat up on people. Like that is his MO. Like that's who he is. And this is for years it slid by. Nobody was probably hurt at this capacity. But this year people came with their phones and they came recording the
Y'all know
situation.
this not the first time it happened.
I
You know this
know
shit
it's not.
happened with
I
Puffy back
told
in the day,
people
right?
that it's
It
not
was
the
like
first time.
9, 10 motherfuckers killed on a Puffy. Same shit. Puffy
He's
dancing
saying
ass
this
P
seems more
Diddy.
premeditated and planned.
Can
So
I can
I,
I
So you
add
so
on? I'm a lawyer and I would like to contribute to this conversation if I might.
Yes, please.
Okay. I first want to say peace to Wack and respect to you and your career, and I appreciate the things that you said and your perspective as well. I'm looking at this not from a personal perspective, from my own experience, just from a legal perspective, which is the topic of this room. So I just wanted to add that, the state of Texas, they have, in California, they have joint and several liability. So you have to look at liability and you also have to look at agency law. A lot of people have come into forums and said, well, it's the security company's fault. Well, if the security company is an agent of the artist, there is joint and several liability. So any person under your employ, you will also thereby be jointly and severally liable for. I think there's an issue here with this case because he has been in legal trouble in the past for incitement to violence. When you talk about incitement to violence, you have to look at whose words are being spoken. He's a public figure, he's held to a higher standard. And incitement to violence may very well be words that are affirmatively spoken or words that are not spoken that should have been spoken. So you've got
hey,
those
hey,
issues at play. I'm sorry?
hey, real quick. This is a Live Nation event, so it's not
Yeah.
his security.
it's not his
So,
security. His
so
name,
So
let me tell you what
I
happened. They
think
used
you let
Travis
him
Scott
finish.
name.
See niggas hate this tech, but have them running sprint. Okay. Nimble and contender. Okay. When it comes to paper. Okay. Root of all evil, I guess that I'm a sinner. Okay. Money on my mind is all that I can think of. Okay. So you ain't gotta not know I'm all about my dough. Okay. Any dips, call it Dominique Dawes, the landing ones and blessing. Got your bitch dropping the